Thank you.
I want to ask another question about cold weather environments, and this is again directed to you, General West. You know that this is a priority of mine. I take care of our men and women in uniform who are up in an Arctic environment. And sometimes it's cold, and sometimes it's very, very cold. There was an exercise just a few weeks ago. I think they called it Arctic Pegasus, if I recall. But it was an air operation where where soldiers parachuted out over the North Slope, doing an exercise, and it was much colder up on the slope than anyone had anticipated. I think they said it was 30, 40 below. The exercise mission that they had designed to do actually did not prove to be so successful, because what they ended up doing was helping retrieve many who either encountered frostbite or threatened frostbite, and they needed to get them out of there. These are learning lessons that are pretty important, but it's a reminder to me that when we think about warfare, it's not always in the desert. And are we prepared? I don't think that we have really focused on this aspect of warfare since the end of the Cold War. Last year, we discussed the U.S. Army Research Institute of Environmental Medicine's work in this area. Can you briefly discuss where we are with that, along with future research efforts that are being developed for cold weather warfighting protection?
Yes, Senator, and thank you for that. Again, the question on that, it's just as we have said before, our environment is unknown and unknowable. We don't know where we are going to be asked to fight, and so we need to be prepared in all environments. And so USAREM, as you mentioned, has been looking at areas to increase the dexterity, because of course in those environments, the dexterity of the fingertips, the freezing of the face, the difficulty for communication are two areas that will diminish, service members' ability to, use their weapons or whatever sophisticated systems that they're required. So there are actually strategies, and they're using different technologies to increase the blood flow to the fingertips, and also having systems that will help increase warmth and blood flow to the mouth and face area. There's a research collaboration with actually the Army Mountain Warfare School. We're using the individuals there for some of these research area, and also partnering with U.S. Army Alaska to ensure that any of these techniques and modalities that we're seeing from the cold weather initiative that we started in FY 2017 to actually develop a program for sustaining the performance in these environments. And so I believe that we're going to be coming up with additional modalities to help. Again, it's mainly to try to increase blood flow to the areas to maintain dexterity. So that is an area that's ongoing with research. And I had the opportunity also yesterday to go to the demonstration of the combat feeding of the soldiers, and there were special rations designed specifically for soldiers operating in cold environments. Mm-hmm. So there was calculation of the calories needed, the different types of nutritional supplements that can help our service members be maintained in those environments as well. So it's an extremely important area of research for our teams there. Thank you.
General, I thank you for that. Mr. Chairman, you come from a warm part of the country, so you may not appreciate as much what this research really allows us to do. I am often reminded, we talk about the need for sophisticated technologies to work in an Arctic and a cold weather environment. But it's not even sophisticated technologies. It is utilizing a pen. A pen won't work in the cold. So you say, well, we're going to use a pencil. But if you cannot hold the pencil because you cannot, your glove or your mitten is so boxy that you can't even pick it up. And it's just a reminder to us how debilitating the cold can be. But yet, not only do we expect our men and women in uniform to be able to pick up that pencil, we expect them to be able to pick up that weapon, to untie something. So this is research that, again, is critically important. I appreciate the update, and I look forward to learning more about the advances that you've made. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for allowing me to go over my time.